Hi everybody, how is everybody doing this evening? So I've just finished doing something and I wanted to show you before I post it tomorrow. It is going to be slightly late, but it's better late than never. And I'm doing this, it's an entry for the lovely Avril, who is Popties Ribbon and Lace, and she's here on YouTube. And she's hosting a challenge, and it was to make whatever you want to make, and it was to celebrate her having so many subbies on her challenge. I think it was it 100? It was her first ever challenge anyway. I think it was 100, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it was her first challenge she's ever hosted, and I have been in like turmoil trying to come up with something because Avril is also in our swap group. So, and I've had to swap with for a couple of months, and it's amazing to swap there, I'm not saying that, but I was like, what do I make it that I haven't made before, or what do I make it that she hasn't seen me make before? So I've come up with a few bits and pieces, and I went with along the line, instead of me creating something perhaps she would have seen me make, or she would have had before with me giving it to her in the swap group, I've gone down the line of making something for her to use afterwards. So there's a couple of things I want to show you first. These are the couple of things that I've made up. So in this package, I haven't finished decorating it up, but in this package there's 2 flowers for you, Avril, my love. This flower, both of them I showed how to do on the group. I need to show how I do them on YouTube really, but this one I did do in last week's live, and the group will probably have seen me do this, and it was plain. Now what I did is made another one up. I'm trying to think. I made another one up, and I put some pearls on, so it's all hand sewn, and this one is. And then what I've done is I've added some charms in, some flat back ones that inspire me and that I fell in love with. So it's on the paper as well. It's graphic 45 paper. So that was my first, the way I was going first. So I started off making little things because I love making little things. So the next thing I thought, oh, what shall I make? What shall I make? And I know Avril loves Beatrix Potter. She is mad for Beatrix Potter. So I've made some of these snippet Beatrix Potter embellishments. Now they're completely flat on the back, which means she can stick them to anything she wants to stick them to. And I transferred the image onto cotton, and then I add like little snippets all the way around. And it's Peter Rabbit, and he's sort of falling on the floor. So it's totally up to you, Avril, what way you have it. You can have it this way. You could have it that way, I suppose, or it's totally up to you. I like I say, I just use snippets out of my drawer, and then the paper is Beatrix Potter paper set that Miss Angie Paisley gave to me, so I've backed it with that paper using the Beatrix Potter theme. I've also made another one of these, again, bigger picture, done it on cotton, and then used my snippets all the way around. I have actually used fabric glue, if I remember. Yeah, I have fabric glue to stick the snippets down, and again I used the Beatrix Potter paper to back in it, and with that at the top. I'm not finished yet decorating these up, and this is just paper. So Avril, you can take it off, my love. It's only on a double-sided foam pad paper, double-sided foam, so you can take it off. So everything I've made you can reuse afterwards. So after making these 3, I was like, oh, what shall I make? What shall I make? What shall I make? And I thought, well, I could give her them 3 and some goodies, of course. And then I thought, no, let's make something else that she can use. So I went with this. It's my first time ever making it. What is it? It's a reusable snippet roll. Now, I've seen people make, I've made one before, a snippet roll, but never one that you could snip, that you cut into and use afterwards. So I've made the flower on the top, burnt all the edges and made it really full, and it's all hand sewn. And there's two little pins, there's one here and then there's one there, and I've only loosely sewn it to the mesh tie just to keep it in place. When you get it, Avril, you just snip it there. It's tied at the back, so like I say, you can reuse it afterwards. So I'm going to show you how it opens. So you take that off and then you undo this, which is already sewn to the end of the snippet roll. So there's a lot of length that you can use. So the idea of me doing this is that I wanted you to be able to reuse it afterwards. So this is why I haven't decorated the outside, because you'll see on the inside there are a lot of other things that I thought if I decorate the outside, you're not going to be able to cut it up and reuse. So let me talk you through it. Everything is, I've left the threads in. All you got to do, Avril, is just snip them away. They are done on the machine, but I didn't go back on my stitches, so they're only loosely in there. They're not permanently fixed in there. And I've put 3 different kinds of fabric, keeping with the Beatrix Potter theme, the blues and, you know, veg and fruit and that kind of thing. So I've done that. I put one of these rose flowers. Now, I didn't make these rose flowers. I had a bag, lucky enough, given to me by the lovely Shirley. Hi, Shirley. So I put one in here. I wanted to share it with you. So it's in blue and I've pinned it. So again, it can come out and you can reuse it. The next stage is these little tie-ons. So you undo them and then they pop out like different laces. So I won't undo the whole thing, as in I won't take the laces out, because then when you receive it your end, you'll be able to do that and it'll be a bit more of a surprise. So again, there's another lace in there. I've just tied it on. I've made 2 of my little rolled roses. Again, they are hand sewn, but I've also sewn them to the back. So again, it just requires you cut it in at the back and you can reuse it. We are now in the middle of my snippet roll. So again, I've used this blue like ribbon, sewed it to there. So again, it just requires you snipping away the threads. I've left the threads in there on purpose for you to see where the threads are and for you to sort of snip them away, because it'll come off easy enough. And there's some dyed lace trim I've actually tea dyed in there. Then I'm going to move the roll out the way. We're in the middle of the roll now. So what I've done and created is I've created it out of my snippet. So this was a tiny snippet I had in my drawer. And then underneath that was like a canvasy material with flowers on. Again, just snippets I had in my drawer. That doily there, I actually painted with fabric paint and it's in pink, so I thought you might want to use that. The green one, I didn't paint that. I had that given to me, a big batch, so it's not as if I'm giving away what I've received. Shirley said that I could share it around with everybody, so that's what I'm doing. I took what I wanted. I actually kept green, blue, I think there was cream and pink. So Shirley said share it around with your swaps or challenges or whatever you want to do with it. So I've put one in there for you. And then I've also put this little trim in there. Again, it's all on like machine, but all you need to do is just snip the thread and it'll all come undone. So I wanted it for you to be I wanted you to be able to reuse it afterwards. That's what went in my mind. A canvasy material there. Then I've put these appliques on. That applique I had off Esme's shop on Facebook. This little applique's come off a big, huge, ginormous one. I just thought it fitted perfectly there. This applique, I cut a little section off and I had that given to me as part of a swap off the lovely Rose. And then I've put some doilies in there, keeping with the theme of blue with Beatrix Potter. I've put that in there. And all it's made up of is some doily trim, which is that, some sort of muslin, and some organza trim. So this is the actual snippet roll itself. So you can reuse it afterwards. So when you take all the bits and pieces off, you'll be left with that layer. So I thought you could either use it, you could use it whatever you wanted to use it. And then it's tied on to this. Now, I haven't decorated this. There's a reason for it. I wanted to give you something to alter anyway in my package. And I just thought, as this was a reusable snippet, if I tied it round this spool, you could decorate it as you wanted, or you could leave it plain, totally up to you. But once you finish snipping away at this, you could wrap your own laces around these, and I often keep these. I have pearls wrapped around them, and I often keep them back, so I'm handing one to you to wrap your lace. Well, you can do as you want, but that's my entry to you. It is going to be slightly late, I do apologise, but I thought I'd better show you anyway what I've been up to. I'm gonna wrap it all up tonight, and it'll go in the post first thing in the morning, and hopefully then you'll have it within the next 5-7 days. That's how long usually it takes to get to you. I do apologise for it being so late. I just hope you love what I've made, and yeah, like I say, I'm not going to undo everything, as I think you'll have the enjoyment of undoing it and being excited about it. So I'm going to love and leave you all now. Let me know on what you think about my useful snippet roll, and whether you thought it was a good idea, and whether you like these little snippets. These was inspired by Miss Maggie White. I've just got to let you know that. And then I've made the flowers. So Avril, these are my entry to your challenge. You've done an absolutely amazing job getting to all those subscribers. Your craft is amazing, and I'm so honoured, and I keep saying this, but I am honoured to have your pieces of work through our swap group, through challenges you do for me, entries that you do for me, and it's just amazing. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you and congratulations to getting to where you are. I'm going to leave Avril's link below, and I'm also going to leave our swap group link below as well, in case anybody'd like to join our swap group. I am talking loud because my dog Teddy, there we are, bit of quiet while I say goodbye. I'm going to love and leave you, and I will catch up with you all in my next video. But yeah, I'll catch up with you all next video. Take care, ladies. Bye for now. Bye.